Hello everybody, we're back with Stuart's story today. So first thing we're going to begin with, is we're going to thank everybody that liked and shared the video, and welcome to all the new subscribers. But one thing we do want to point out to begin with is nearly 80% of those that watch the video aren't subscribing, guys. I mean, if you want to see more of this, we need you to subscribe so we can tell you about it, okay? But today, what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick chat with Stuart, go through some signs, and if you do like it, please, like I said before, like and subscribe, okay? So, hello Stuart, welcome back. Do you want to talk
good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all the viewers there. I'd like to thank everybody for taking time out to watch these videos, but like I said before, what you're seeing is what you get. This is no frills or anything. They're legit, they're honest, and they're true testimonies from me and from other folks. And like I said before, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for viewing them. Yeah.
That's great. So how have you been, Stuart? How's the healing been going recently?
Yeah, the healing's been going extremely well. I do a group on a Thursday night in a group in the Teams Club. It's NE8 2SG. It's 7 till 9. I supply tea. It's £3 entry, but I supply teas, coffees and biscuits and water, bottled water, for free. But we've got quite a number of people coming in now to our group. It's getting very popular. People's coming for healing. We've got Christine, Zoe, Vicky, and Anth, plus myself. We take the group. And we're here to help people. If anybody's got any problems or we need here to listen. Anybody's had any unusual activity at home, they can talk about it to like-minded people rather than bottle it up and keep it to themselves, because it needs to be talked about. And we do a lot of learning with crystals, with energy. And everybody's got a gift, and I think that everybody's looking for something different and some help. So each and every one of us have got the gift, but don't try and knock a square peg into a round hole. Take your time with it. Don't rush it. Don't go chasing too hard for it. It will come to you when you're ready for it. But like I said, we're here to help you. We're here to help you learn and develop your own skills. Just got to believe yourself and believe in Jesus. We've got people that's coming in here that's really poorly and aching, arthritis, etc. Just old age, anxieties, anything. And they're coming out, they're getting on the chair there, and after I've done a healing on them, and I'm receiving energy from everybody else in the room. It's unbelievable when I stand up and I'm doing the little jig. Or the energy, some of the people that get in the chair, they're jumping and flipping, and I see this quite. When it first happened, the first ones I'd done it to, and I shit it when I start jumping about when I send the energy through them. But when I get off that chair, it's a different ball game. They feel so good, relaxed, and all that pains and aches is gone. Got a girl in there this Thursday gone, Julie. She's regular in the group. She was aching and sore and everything. Hadn't been to work. Got up the next day and she went to work. She felt great. I got a message onto the group saying thank you, and I got a pleasure out of it. I got a pleasure out of helping people. That's how I'm getting paid that day. It really drains me. A lot of people said on me in the group, "You look tired and drained, Stuart," and I am tired and drained, but the immense pleasure I get, it's really unbelievable what goes through my body, and I can put up with that to see other people getting the relief they need.
So that's in essence your reward, as you say there.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned there, like you say, you got your healing, you got the mediumship, you got the crystals that go on there. A lot of people have spoke, especially some of the videos we've put up, about the different signs that come in while you're in there. I know you've mentioned something about something that happened recently healing Paul. So do you know a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, when I asked for the energy, the divine energy to come in, soon as I've just got to think of it. It's just got to be in my mind. I'm doing it. The job I've got in hand, and then in he comes and say, "Yeah, that's the first words I say is here he comes," and it's Jesus comes and stands with us, and he's standing there with me. I can see him clear as day. And the energy that they feel, it's a divine light of Jesus Christ going through their body. I know people maybe laugh and mock, but they can laugh and mock as much as they want. I'm 1,000,000% perfect, and he stands with me when I heal. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, Stuart. Now, next what we're going to do is we're going to go on to a topic that you've posted a little bit about on the Facebook group, and you've asked for it to be brought up today because you want to just have a little chat about it. And it's regarding magnets and the COVID jab. Do you know a little more about this?
Yeah, well, there's a friend of mine there now. Well, I've known him for quite a few months on Messenger and on Facebook. And I class him as a good friend now. He's been very honest with me, and I've been very honest with him. I'll just say his first name, Keith. You'll understand who I'm talking about. Now, Keith didn't want to get this the jab. He got it because of his wife, the love of his wife. He didn't want to get it, and there was a bit of a disagreement in the house. But if anything happened with his wife, he says to me, he didn't want to be here. He loves her that much, and I can relate to that. Love's a very powerful thing, and I can relate to it. So as went on, and I says to him, Keith, will you just keep a check on your body and check if the magnets are sticking to it? He thought it was what's the word I'm looking for? He thought it was like a fallacy that these about these magnets, and it was a myth. There's plenty of people out there that assure you that it's not, and I've had first-hand experience that it isn't. Now, I was telling Keith there, I was at this event, and this lady had this magnet stuck to her chest, and as soon as she come into my presence, in my energy field, I've got a really powerful energy field. As soon as she came towards me, she asked me if I could pray for her and have a look at her. And as she came into my energy field, the magnet fell off the lady, and it slipped down through her dress onto the floor, and it wouldn't stick to her. And everybody was like, I was amazed as much as anyone. Now, so a few weeks went by, and I tell Keith to keep an eye on for these magnets, and he got three at the finish. He had 3 magnets stuck on his chest. 2 not so powerful, and 1 really powerful. Now, I'd done a bit of healing on him across the phone, long distance. And this guy, when he stood up, 2 of them fell off, but the stronger one stayed on. And I'd done this for 2 sessions. I thought, I'm doing something wrong here. And the message come to me. I get tripped for information. Nobody's learnt me anything. Nobody's showed us anything. So I says to Keith, I don't want you to put a magnet on your body this time. I want you to just lie there, and I'll do the praying, and I'll do my work through the phone. And after we're finished, I want you to stand up and then put the magnets on. That's the message I got told to do. Now, as he done this, we went through the procedure I asked him to do, and he went to stand up, and now, not one of the magnets will stick them. Not one. It's hard to believe, but I have got, I don't know, the light in my body, the energy in my body, it counteracted the magnet sticking them. And I thought I had to tell you people out there now about this. You can go on my group, Divine Light Cosmic Healing, on Facebook, and read these comments and the testimonies. And they are the truth. And I believe the guy, when he listens to this, Keith, he will verify it's the truth. I just put this out on here, and I thought it was time to put it on here before it's the right time to tell people. And I am here to help.
Okay, thank you there, Stuart. So as Stuart mentioned there before, you can look to see all these testimonials on the Divine Light group. Now, what we would encourage is ask a question, put a comment on the YouTube, put a comment on the group itself if you're curious about this, what's happening now, or potentially if you want to speak to Stuart or get Stuart's help. That's one of the best places to reach out to him. Okay, so I know from the first video it was quite popular when we showed some of the signs that you tend to see on a daily basis. Things like changes of colours in the sky, how the moon and the sun reacts to you. Now, there's an interesting image we're just about to put up on the screen now of the moon that showed up recently. Do you want to let me know a little bit about what you feel that entails and why it happened?
Is it the one where it's pulsating?
It's, in the case of this one, it's the red to orange looking moon.
Yeah. Well, well, to tell the truth, I was going for a meal there on that night, and I walked out the doors, and I was waiting to my friend picking me up, Thomas, and when I looked up in the sky, it was orange, and it was moving about for me, and it's a sign for me that I've got quite a few different ones of the moons where it's pulsating or it's jumping forward. It's hard to believe, but in due course you're going to see these videos, and unbelievable, yeah. And you can actually see faces of different animals in that moon, and that's why on the video one it's jumping about, because my taxi had came, and I was I was getting the taxi when I was videoing it, because I could see that it was unusual shape and it was different colour.
Okay. Because I know, like, say, when we've looked at the image ourselves together there, we've zoomed in, it almost looks like a line in a cupboard in a sense.
Yeah.
But so I know we've talked about other signs, so I know you've mentioned there's other things you're seeing there, and there's an image we're about to bring on now of what we believe is either an angel or a dove in the hedges.
No, it's not a dove, it's an angel. It's an angel. My house is protected. It's protected like you wouldn't imagine it. It's got an energy field around it about 6 foot thick. I can see it. I've got the angels outside my front door. I've got in my bedroom. It's just full of energy, and it's full of the ascended masters. Yeah, and I can see them, and they're there, and I know I'm being protected. But they're not ready to talk to me yet. This is my human mind's not ready for it. I wouldn't be able to handle it. So what's to come, I don't know, but in due course, they're going to let me know.
Okay. Now, taking you back to the mention around your bedroom there, you mentioned, I know in the prior video, we talked about the signs that you tend to see at night, and these things wake you up and such. Now, we are going to cover this in a much larger segment in another video, but do you have a message to those people out there around these signs, what you'd like to know about them?
Well, I've got no education, but I was dyslexic at school. Like I say, I didn't have an education. I used to rebel. I used to jump out the window, and I was away. And that was my answer to escaping from being dyslexic. Because I used to get a battle along the lug all the time up the teacher, and I used to have so many arguments and fights with the teacher, and I mean fights, proper fights, and I used to rebel. And these signs, I know they're a message to me, I know they are, and I believe they're not just a message to me, they're a message to the world. All these different signs and symbols that come around my bed, they're floating around my bedroom, just moseying on around the bedroom, and I wake up and I jot them down. And I draw them, roughly I draw some of them that look like scribbles, but I can remember what they are. And I've got those scribbles, and I've got the drawings that I've done. I've got a folder, it's about this thick now, and there's all different kinds of symbols, hieroglyphs, animals, numbers, there's so many. And they still do, every day they do this, every day and every night. But somebody out there must have a good idea what these symbols mean, and I believe that a message just not to me, to humanity.
Okay, so interesting one there on the symbols. I think in this situation, I think the message we want to put to the viewers is, if you do know what they are, you do feel you have an idea with them, there is an email link on the YouTube there, and there's the group. Please feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I would really appreciate it.
And let we know what they are, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from, like you say, the signs from in the house there, and the, like you say, the angel and such there, you have been posting some more recent images, especially of a large rainbow above the club, but also the colours in the sky you see. What do you think these represent?
Yeah, well, they represent a sign from me to say that Jesus, God, the universe, they're with me. and I'm connected to the universe for some reason. And for some people say, why you? I say, why anybody? I'm sick of asking that question. It is me, and I've had to deal with it. And believe me, it hasn't been easy to deal with it. But I have dealt with it, and I am through any danger parts, and I am fully aware of what my surroundings are now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when we talk about the different signs, do you? I know you mentioned, like it's on a prior video, you see them when you're driving and on a day to day. Is there any signs that have come to you regarding testimonials of recent?
Well, it's the one that I've just been helping a friend of mine called Paul, which will come on to maybe, I don't know, we're gonna cover a little bit today or not, or might, you know, a later date. He's in poor, really poor, well, he was really in poor condition, but he's getting a lot better now, getting stronger. And as I went down to see him the other day, the energy that goes through his body, his feet's moving now, he's moving his neck, moving his thumbs and that there now. And we will prevail. God and Jesus is with him, and with the help of them, and the health of his team at home and his family, he will prevail. I know he will. But then when I come home that day, after I'd been to see him, there's a big, massive rainbow across the club that I've got. And the healing centre, my healing centre is on the side of the club, and it's a little unit there, and there's a big rainbow covering the whole club in the healing end. And the club is where I have my spiritual meeting, and it's just a message from me saying, Stuart, we're with you.
Okay. I know you've mentioned, like you said, the club there, the team's club in Gateshead, and you mentioned as well your healing centre now. I suppose the best way to put this to everybody out there, a lot of people are apprehensive about coming and seeing where the healing's done. And I think it may be worth mentioning just what facilities you have available to help someone. Yeah,
I've got a little unit on the side of the club there. It's got a massage bed in there, and they can have 2 or 3 people in it with them at a time. They haven't got to be alone. Come to see me. And I'm sure I can make you feel at home. And when you leave, any anxieties you've got, or any pains you've got, you'll leave not taking them home with you. They're gone.
So it's a completely private, there's no...
Yeah, it's completely private, yeah.
So if there is anybody out there not wanting for friends or family to see what's going on, that is available?
Yeah, but like I say, they can bring a friend or family with them.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to go back to a discussion we had a little bit earlier in the video. A few people have asked about this, so we want to just highlight it a bit more. Now, we mentioned the angel. Now, I know I said hedge, but it's actually on the drive as such. Yeah. So, don't let me know a little about this angel.
Yeah, well, when I do, as I've said, I think on a previous video, that when I pray, which you'll be shown, that the sky changes colour within seconds, minutes. It goes from green, blue, indigo, to pink, to yellow. It's impossible for it to do that within the time frame it's doing it. And this day I was looking out my window, and there you go. There's an angel outside on my drive. I'm thinking, wow, what the hell is that? And then because it looked like a little, I would say like a little fairy or something to me when I first seen it, and then when I blew it up, it is what it is. And if you blow it up and you look into the face of it, you can actually see the face of it. You can actually see the face of it. It looks like what we would say a Greek god. Yeah? And the colours are divine. Purples, greens, whites, blues. And if you look under I think it's the right arm, you can see another face under the right arm. As if somebody's peeking through under his arm. It's very unusual, but it is a genuine photo, folks. You see is what you get. There's nothing false there that is outside my front door.
Okay, well we have got it in the top there.
Yeah, but if people zoom into the sky above it, yeah, on there, they'll see the colours in the sky, and the sky doesn't look what it should look like. Looks all like rippled, and it's got greens and purples and little bits of blue in it. it's unreal what it is when you zoom into it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, like you say, that we'll zoom in on the video here and we'll show individuals.
Yeah, that is, it's actually energy. That the sky is, that is energy. That is energy, and it's moving about. I can see it moving about. You usually see it as it is, but I see that without the camera. That's what I see without the camera. So.
Okay. Thank you for that. So going forward, what we're going to do is we're going to touch on a couple of extra little bits at the end here. You said do we usual thank yous and everything in a few moments here. But just before we go, one question I suppose we'd like to ask the viewers, I'm sure Stuart would be interested in doing this if you're interested, is how would you feel about doing a day in the life of Stuart, or what you see when you're out on a daily basis?
Yeah, I haven't got a problem with that. Yeah, I haven't got a problem with that. Yeah. But what as soon as I sit down, when I'm ready, when I'm in that house on the night time, I pray. Like I tell you before, I pray every night and every morning, and I pray for humanity, and for God, Jesus, Mother Universe, to help us and save us, because humanity's lost its way, and we've got to get back on track. And I pray for every morning, every night, and I hope my prayers are answered. They will be. But back down to people, everybody on the planet, we have got to get back on track and start believing again. Yeah. And if anybody's got any questions, just leave them for us and I will answer them. But like I said before, everything is true, and I know it's unbelievable. I know it is. I know it's hard to get your head around. When I'm watching the TV on the night time, when I've got to go upstairs to pray, there's lights flash across my room, and there's biblical men, women come through my ceiling as light beings, and I know it's time for they want me to pray and go up there and pray. And after I've done all the praying and that, I lie there and there's beams of light and coming out the universe through into my body. And if any scientists out there, which I'm going to touch on scientists, going forward, that have seen me, and I would love for, they've got the equipment I can prove what is happening. If they have got the equipment to what's the word I'm looking for, to testify what I am talking about is true, because they must be able to pick up the light that I'm seeing.
They'll almost detect a gift.
Yeah, they'll be able to detect it. Yeah, without a doubt they will be.
Okay, thank you there. So, yeah, guys, that's another little look into, as I mentioned, Stuart's story. Now, there's a lot going forward there, so I think what we've just done there is planned out the next few videos for you guys there, by talking about potential the scientists, day in the life of Stuart and Paul and such like that. They're all to come. But for the time being, what we're going to do is just wrap up now and say, if you like the video, guys, please do hit that like button, hit the notification button, subscribe. It really does help us, helps the channel, get Stuart's story out there. But just before we go, Stuart, do you have a message for the viewers?
Yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you for viewing this. And I would like you to share it with your family and friends, because this is a genuine, 1,000,000% true story. And we've got to get it out there and let people know that Jesus, God, He is there. Believe it or not, He is with you. And each and every one of us were given free will. Now that free will, it was down to each and every one of us to choose free will. And this is why now it is all playing out. So just be careful what you wish for, because it is getting played out now in front of us. And we have got to now start choosing sides. Believe in God and believe in Jesus. He is there with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And to everybody out there, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.